Andre,
Quincy,
I can ask you something about Box Cart.
you can ask me anything about Box Cart.
All right. The challenge. What is the actual challenge of Box Cart? Actually, what is gravity racing?
Gravity racing is where you use gravity to basically race, propel yourself down a ramp, onto a flat, whatever it is. The only power you use is gravity. So any term use gravity racing, you know that the power that moves whatever you are racing is gravity. The challenge here though, with what we have put forward in the Box Cart Intercol, is for you to create your own gravity racer. Now the gravity racer, there's two classes. There's the luge class and what we call gravity racer. The gravity racer, we have a whole bunch of rules with regard to the specifications so that they have consistency. It's a box basically, and you sit in it with wheels and you come down a ramp, you're using gravity, and the person that goes to the finish first wins, like a drag race. The same is for the luge, except that the luge could be described as a big skateboard. They lie down on it, they swoop down and they go, and that is the luge class. The challenge again is application of the principles of motion, friction, design, the artistic form follows function, function follow form, the full gamut of designing something, building it, making it a reality, and then testing it. That is the challenge that is known as the Box Cart Intercol.
All right. What do you think might be the most difficult things that for people to look out for when they're building both the Box Cart and the luge?
The most difficult thing, I think, is people get excited and they don't follow the rubric. If you follow the rubric, it literally guides you through the process and it ensures that you build something that will be competitive. So the enthusiasm kicks in, the excitement. I mean, we're all guilty of that at some time and some form when building stuff. However, that being said, you need to understand what is happening from a physics perspective. Identify your enemies, meaning what prohibits you from being a good performer. And then you have to work on your craftsmanship where building it is concerned. All of these things tie together. Again, follow the rubric. If you go step by step, how the portfolio is graded is designed to test that process.
We're talking about plenty of excitement. We're talking about building things. We're talking about racing on ramps. What about safety, right?
So again, going through the process, once you do it right, there is a part in the portfolio that allows you to check for your safety components. On the day of the event, of the actual testing, we have scrutiny that takes place, which ensures both the driver and the cart pass a certain standard. We've had where students and drivers had little spills and they roll over, stuff like that, and they come out with an experience, not an injury. And that is because safety is built into the actual testing of the vehicles. We had a school, Holy Name Convent, the first time they entered, Holy Name Convent, Point Fortin. They came with a PVC frame that was well thought out. They followed the process. They came fourth overall. And the cart did not pass scrutiny to run the tests. Because when they had to do the safety test, it started to fall apart. It wasn't strong enough. Their enemy was time. They didn't have time to do proper testing to make sure that it could stand up to the rigors of testing.
All right. So what is the main takeaway that you want people to leave with in terms of understanding how to participate in the Box Cart Intercol?
So the main takeaway for this, again, I come back to follow your rubric. It is a roadmap that you shouldn't stray far from. It allows you and gives you all the flexibility and creativity that you need, but it guides you through the process so that you will come out with a solid, competitive gravity racer, whether it be it luge or the gravity racing class. And the safety gears, gloves, elbow pads, helmets, these things go standard. And it's also, again, when you register, there are lists of frequently asked questions. The rules are clear and simple for that reason. Follow the rules. Actually, first and foremost, read the rules. Understand the challenge. Understand the parameters under which you have to work with. These are important things. One of the fastest carts we ever had was illegal because they were outside the specification, the dimension limits of the competition. We allowed them to race and have fun, but they were not eligible for the prize. And they were one of the fastest carts. So again, read and understand the rules, spend time in that, follow the rubric. The scoring sheets will tell you, hey, this is what we have to look for, this is what we have to look for, that type of stuff. And come out and practice and have fun.
And just in case somebody read the rules, but they don't quite understand, have anything they could do?
Yes, you could always contact us if you have issues. We will not be giving too much with regard to interpretations because it's very straightforward. And we like the idea of the students hammering it out amongst themselves. You know, hey, this is making sense, that is making sense. Yeah, this could work, nobody say this, that type of stuff. We need that. That is the purpose of why we design the rules the way it's laid out, is to promote that type of communication within the teams.
Well, all right. Thanks.